I was dating a long time ago. I went out with this guy. He had not known me. He's just somebody that I saw. He was a DJ at a club, and he asked me out. And as we sat at the dinner table, he looked at me and he asked me out of the blue, "Were you sexually molested as a child?" And I was thrown by that. I'm like, we had just met. I'm like, how do you know me? Because he'd survived too. There was obviously something about me, something about what I was giving off, something about the way that I was acting, something about my demeanor that said to him, this is somebody that's suffering. And of course I was in denial because I wasn't a survivor then. But what he said to me then is what I'd like to tell women or boys or men or whoever it is, whatever gender it is, however it is that you suffer, is that you cannot treat this by yourself. It is like a cancer. If you can't treat cancer by yourself, and neither can you treat this by yourself. If you don't get help, it will eat you.
I'm here to support my wife on the fact that she's a strong advocate for anyone who's going through something as far as abuse, childhood abuse, any kind of sexual abuse, because she's a really good person, and that's the kind of thing she likes to be a part of. Absolutely. Yeah, she's very open about her past experience. She has no problem discussing it with anyone who may need help, or she would give a great insight as to what to do as far as getting it off your chest, who to see, how to help, and where to go would be one of these great places to actually go. She's so kind and helpful to people who have either been in this position or in this position, and she would try her best to help anybody, point them in the right direction to groups as such as this one. And I'm proud of her for everything she's done. She's made me a better person, even though she has been, the diamond in the rough in her past. She is my angel, absolutely. I think
if you're a victim of abuse, you're the victim, and so there is no way that this is your fault. We carry around that shame for years and years and years, thinking that there's something that we should have done, somebody that we should have told, something else that we should have been. Maybe we should have been slimmer. Maybe we shouldn't have had so much breast. Maybe there was something. Maybe I shouldn't have been as appealing. Maybe there's something wrong with me. But the truth of the matter is that if you are sexually abused as a child by an adult, it is the adult's responsibility to always be an adult. The shame of childhood sexual abuse is not the victim's shame, it is the abuser's shame. So there's nothing that any victim of childhood sexual abuse should be ashamed of. The shame is not yours. It is not your fault.
You're not alone, first of all. Unfortunately, sexual abuse or abuse period it's not necessarily hoping that it'll always be there, but it apparently is, whether out in the open or hidden, but there's always somebody who's been through it, who survived it, and those are people you can definitely find, someone to talk to, someone to help you. As far as the situation with my wife, for me it took a little while to get the total understanding as to how she could be so open about it, and understanding that, when you get to a certain, part in your life, you can accept it, understood that whoever did it or did it to you either might have had some issues, and the victim can get over being the victim and go forward to be an advocate for other people who don't know how to get out of the situation.
Ultimately, this will give somebody else the strength to speak up, to open your mouth, to say, this thing is happening to me, and somebody, even if they can't make it stop, tell somebody else that can make it stop. One of the things that I struggled with for a long time is that the period of time that the abuse happened, and why couldn't I just say stop? Why couldn't I have done something different? So with this collection of women who have survived, as it is released to the world, as other people see it, as other people are aware. I sincerely hope that somebody, someplace will see this and understand, one, that it's not their fault and that you can speak up, and that there is somebody else that has survived and somebody that is willing to listen.
The organizations, I believe, are something that are definitely needed. There are a lot of people that don't know there's a place to reach out to actually get help, and I think that's probably why there is a lot of abuse still going on, and people are hiding. They're trying to keep it to themselves. They don't know there's places they can go, or people they can reach out to get help.
I think it is an amazing thing for a woman that has survived childhood sexual abuse to be able to say, I'm a survivor. So to put together a group of women that can collectively say that is speaking out, that has survived, I think it's a phenomenal thing. So that's what I think about this group. It's phenomenal.